Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. It's unit number 6, Atoms and Molecules. In this chapter, we are going to have concepts about atom, molecule, element and compound. The topics we are going to cover in this video are introduction of atom and elements, names and symbols of elements, classification of elements, and the last one, introduction of molecules and compounds. Our first topic is introduction of atom. What is atom? Atom is the smallest, very tiny particle that cannot be divisible. We cannot divide that particle further into simplest substances. We cannot create it or destroy it. Next is the element. Element is the substance that is made up of same kind of atoms. When we keep on joining same kind of atoms together, elements are formed. Elements cannot be broken down into simpler type of matter by either physical or chemical means. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen are elements. There are total 116 elements that are properly managed into periodic table. Each element have its own chemical symbol that is used all over the world. This is the picture of periodic table showing different type of elements arranged in a proper manner in the number of columns and rows. Here you are watching two different elements. The element on the right is helium and the element on the left is hydrogen. The alphabetic letter H is representing hydrogen atom. It is the symbol. The digit 1 represents the atomic number of hydrogen. Likewise, helium representing He representing helium atom, so it is the symbol of helium. And the digit on the top of helium, it is the atomic number of helium. In this way, we can identify any element. If you will ask to read the periodic table, how you will do so? So students, listen carefully. The bolded alphabetic letter C is the symbol of element, and that element is carbon. The first letter C of carbon is taken as its symbol that represents it. The name of the element have mentioned right below the bolded symbol. At the top of the symbol you can see 6 have mentioned. This 6 showing the atomic number of this element. 12.01 is mentioned at the bottom. It shows atomic mass or weight of this carbon atom. Here are some elements taken from periodic table for you to make these rules understandable properly. Here is the list of some elements with their atomic numbers. I am going to recall each of element for you. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, and calcium. Now next is the classification of element. Elements can be classified as metals and non-metals. This is the picture showing the physical appearance of metals and non-metals. Let us study the properties of metals. All metals are solid except mercury because mercury is present in liquid form. All metals are hard. When you touch them, you feel them hard except lithium, potassium and sodium. These three metals are not hard, they are soft metals. Number 3 is metals have metallic luster. Metallic luster means they give shine, they give luster. Number 4 is metals are malleable. What is the meaning of malleable? It means that when you beat those metals, they easily turn into sheets. Next is metals are ductile. Ductile means they can easily converted into wires. You can make wires from them very easily. They have high melting points except two metals, gallium and cesium, because they have very low melting point. Metals have high boiling points. Metals are good conductor of heat. They can easily pass heat through them. Metals are good conductor of electricity. Now the properties of non-metals. Non-metals may be solid, may be liquid or gas. They can present in all forms. Non-metals are soft except diamond. Diamond is a non-metal, but it is the hardest substance in the nature. Non-metals do not have luster. They could not shine because they are not crystals. Non-metals are not malleable. They are not ductile. You cannot make wires from this non-metal. Non-metal have low melting points. They have low boiling points. Non-metal are bad conductor of heat and electricity, except graphite, because graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Non-metals are not sonorous, means they can produce sound. Here are some properties and uses of certain elements. First element is hydrogen. Hydrogen is the lightest element. It is colorless, means it has no color. It is odorless, means it has no smell. It is tasteless. It is non-toxic, means it is not poisonous. It is in gaseous form present in the nature. Some uses are it can be used as fuel. It is highly flammable, and it is used in the manufacturing of fertilizers. We can prepare vegetable ghee from this hydrogen, and it is used in welding and cutting purposes because it is. Next element is helium. Helium is a non-metal. It is lighter than air. It is colorless, odorless, tasteless. It is bad conductor of heat. It is also present in gaseous form. Now talk about uses. They are used with an oxygen mixture in tanks to help the sea divers breathe under the sea. This is used to fill balloons and airships, being a light gas because it is a light. Next element is gold. Gold is a soft metal. It is yellow in color and it gives high shine. It has a luster. It is good conductor of heat and electricity, and it is present in solid form. Now these are some uses of gold. We can make jewelry from this gold. We can make ornaments, coins, etc. It is used in manufacturing electronic devices like computer and telephone. It is used by dentists for filling cavities. Our next topic is molecules and compounds. Molecules are formed when different atoms bonded together. They form molecules. Atoms of two or more different elements bonded together. Compounds with different atoms make compound. Number one is the oxygen. You can see oxygen is formed by the combination of two same kind of elements. Next is the nitrogen. It is also formed by the combination of two same kind of elements that are nitrogen. Next is HCl. It is hydrochloric acid and it is formed by two different kind of atoms. This is water. Is the combination of two different kind of atoms, that is hydrogen and oxygen. Next is ammonia. Ammonia is made up of two different kind of atoms, nitrogen and hydrogen. Likewise, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is also made by carbon and oxygen. These all are compounds. Next is elements and compounds. Elements, those molecules which are made from only one type of atom are called elements, and those molecules which are made up of different type of elements, different type of atoms, are called compound. These are four different molecules. You can you identify which are compounds among them? Yes, carbon monoxide is a compound because it is made up of two different kinds of atoms, that are carbon and oxygen. Likewise, carbon dioxide is also a compound because it is made up of carbon and oxygen, two molecules of carbon and one molecule of oxygen. Next is the characteristics of elements and compounds. If we talk about definition of elements and compounds, then element is a chemical substance that is made up of combination of atoms of same type, and compounds are formed when atoms of different elements join together chemically. If we talk about their divisibility, then we cannot divide elements into its simplest substance because it is itself a simple substance. Compounds can be broken down into its simpler substances. Element is represented by a symbol and compounds are represented by their chemical formula. There are 118 elements existing in nature, but compounds are uncountable. They are numerous in nature. If we talk about examples, then iron, copper, oxygen are some examples of element, and water, sodium chloride is an example of compound. For recapitulation of lesson, I have added a short clip to make your concepts more